Welcome to the High Value Sales Show of Eversprint.com. I'm Malcolm Louie, the managing member of Eversprint, and today we're speaking with Brett Muller, the president and CEO of Guardian Services, a provider of professional kitchen exhaust cleaning services for hotels, restaurants, and other businesses. Welcome to the call, Brett.
Thanks for having me.
Brett, you grew your company's revenue from $1.3 million in 2014 to $3.1 million in 2017. A 135% increase, and in 2018, you hit around 3.3 million. Before we talk about how you grew your company so fast, can you briefly share what your company does beyond my quick intro and how your company differs from the competition?
Certainly. I came into ownership of this company from an outside industry. So I took a very different approach to how these services should be packaged and delivered to clients. And just in general, tried to professionalize the operation of the business so that we could compete for larger, higher dollar value clients. And so in doing that, we were able to appeal to a very different segment of the industry than we traditionally had. And then we were able to grow and add scale to the business, which allowed us to then continue to compete for larger and larger customers. And so it was really kind of, building one puzzle piece at a time until we could complete a picture that appealed to kind of the high value clients that we really wanted to be servicing.
Now, for the other kitchen exhaust cleaning services out there, if a hotel was comparing you to them, what are the differences in their minds?
I think the primary difference is in support and assurance. So when I say support, I mean we're there 24/7, 365 for our clients. We view the kitchen exhaust system as a critical system to the safe and effective operation of any kitchen. And so if that system goes down, they're in need of immediate response services, and we provide that. Also, we work very hard to take a preventative approach to any maintenance needs for those systems, because they are generally out of sight, out of mind. And so if someone's not looking after fan belts and motors and bearings and all of those components that help that system run smoothly, then it will break down. And so providing that assurance, we help our clients maximize uptime. And then when I'm talking about compliance, I'm talking about a package of services that photo document, and then paper report document, certification, whatever is necessary to show compliance with cleaning standards and completeness for any system that we service. So if you're a hospital, you're going to be reporting to a joint commission. If you're part of a large corporate entity, you've got to report up the chain to facilities, and you want to have those reports and materials that show that these systems are being cared for properly and completely in a timely manner.
Right, got it. Now, when you clean a kitchen exhaust system, how long does it take?
That varies dramatically depending on the system. We generally are focusing on large kitchen facilities, and so they generally have multiple hood systems within the kitchen. And each hood system can take up to 5 or 6 hours a piece to clean, and on from there, depending on the size of the building, the length of the duct runs, the complexity of the system. There's a whole variety of equipment that can operate within these systems to filter and otherwise augment the airflow for the particular use or need or exhaust point of that system. And so none of these systems are cookie cutter. They are all unique and individual per facility. Even something like a McDonald's, from one location to the other, is going to have variances in the exhaust system.
Right, and the exhaust system is not simply what's over the stove. Is it potentially all the way out to the roof?
There's a system of ductwork, and then ultimately some type of a fan connected to that system to move the air through the system. And so the entirety of the interior of that system has to be inspected, cleaned, and certified safe for use.
Okay, great. And I guess, of course, the restaurants and hotels, they don't want their kitchen to go down during your normal maintenance and cleaning. So you would do this during off hours, on weekends, outside of normal operating hours. Is that how it works?
Correct. Yeah, we're generally servicing these facilities when they are not operating. So the majority of our work starts between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. and goes on until the early morning hours.
Right. And your service area is all of Texas or just the Dallas area?
I would categorize it as greater North Texas. We're going as far south as College Station, and as far north as, right up to the border with Oklahoma. So we've got a pretty large service area.
And are all of your people based in Dallas and they just trek it out there, or you have people scattered throughout the North Texas area?
We are all centrally based in Dallas. We do have 2 office locations in Dallas, but the majority of the work that we do outside of Dallas is either project work or it is on a recurring travel schedule for my crews.
Right. Okay. Got it. Now, you grew your business quite handily from 1.3 million in 2014 all the way to 3.3 million in 2018. Can you share what the 3 biggest drivers were behind that sales growth?
3 biggest drivers. I think number 1 was the operating ability to deliver services as we grew. And so a certain sense of scalability in our operations, the ability to hire, train, and manage technicians in the field. So part of it was our operating ability. I think the other component was really a people component, and that was kind of sales and getting out there and getting the message out there, getting in front of customers and really generating opportunities to earn business. And even though traditionally referrals had been our best source of growth, we were able to expand several other channels. And very early on, we're trying to utilize a lot of the web capabilities that are now everybody assumes you're taking advantage of. We really jumped on very early on in our industry. And so we were able to capture a large share of those leads and opportunities through multiple channels.
I took a peek actually right before we started our interview of your web presence in regards to SEO and pay-per-click ads, and I didn't really see any, at least not for your main website. Are you?
The timing is such that you caught us in a transition. We just launched a new website yesterday.
Okay.
So we just transitioned, and so I imagine that all the PPC advertising has been paused, and SEO is getting ramped back up as the new site comes live, and we're doing little bug fixes and optimizations. I had a chance to look at the site when it was up yesterday. I think it's a great foundation for us to build on. It gives us a lot more flexibility moving forward, and I think it's better organized to better represent kind of the package of services that we currently offer and the ways in which we can help clients save money and improve the operation of their facilities.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. So the number 1 driver, operating ability to scale and grow. Number 2, having sales and getting the message out there and developing other channels besides word of mouth. And what's number 3 for the big driver of your sales growth?
Number 3, I would say, is taking responsibility. The idea that we're going to deliver 100% perfection at each and every client location is daydreaming. And so it's about taking responsibility when things don't go right, when there is a problem, when there is an issue, when there is a complaint, being responsive and really taking that as an opportunity to demonstrate value by showing up, getting the problem resolved quickly and efficiently, and then debriefing after the fact to see what we can learn from that experience. Is it a training issue? Is it an equipment issue? Was it a communication issue? So that we can hopefully try to document that and deliver better services the next time around. My industry doesn't have the best reputation for its follow-through when things go wrong. And so we wanted to be that company that said, hey, listen, if we make a mistake, we're going to make it right. And then we're going to go above and beyond to try to, show that we care about the ongoing services and operation in their facilities.
Okay, got it. So just to recap the 3 drivers: 1, operating ability to scale and grow. 2, having a sales process in place to get the message out there, as well as generating leads beyond referrals. And the 3rd one is just taking responsibility to get things done right.
Correct.
Okay, great.
Our clients knew they could count on us, whether things were going right or wrong, that we would be there and available and responsive to their needs.
Right. So, like for example, if they discovered that all of a sudden that their exhaust system isn't working right, they'll call you up and you'll have a team out there within hours. Is that type of response?
Correct. And we're not gonna ask for a credit card over the phone. We're not gonna charge them a trip fee. We're gonna show up and make it right, and then we're gonna, after the fact, we're gonna kind of investigate what could have been done differently, if anything, to try to prevent that downtime or that issue.
Right. Now, the downtime might not have been related to what your company does, though? Or are you responsible for ensuring that there is no downtime?
We are not responsible for ensuring no downtime because there's just too many other interconnected systems relating to the operation of the kitchen exhaust system. And oftentimes I would tell you the problem is does not originate in the exhaust system. Oftentimes it's it's an electrical issue that's, outside of our control. It's a plumbing issue. But we want to help be a partner in resolving any of those issues, any role that we can play in helping diagnose and repair a situation, whether I have to call in other vendors or manage other vendors to get it taken care of. That's something we're ready to do.
Right. Okay. Got it. Can you share a bit more details on your operating ability to scale and grow? What processes and systems do you have in place that allows for that?
Well, traditionally in our industry, there was very high turnover, especially amongst the technicians in the field. As you can imagine, it's night work. It can be very physically demanding. And traditionally wasn't a very high paying role. And so I worked very hard to try and formalize a process of onboarding, continuous training, both safety and job performance training, and then also ensuring that my technicians had all of the tools, equipment, safety, PPC and everything else in order to do the job efficiently, effectively, and safely. And so once we could demonstrate that we could find these guys and that we could keep them, as we grew the company, we were able to add a package of benefits, both health insurance, 401k, paid family leave, and these other types of things that the really strong performers want to have. And so we were able to start attracting technicians that maybe would have traditionally gone to a much larger company. Because we took that very personalized approach and that we were really adding value by giving them training and skills that they could then carry forward whenever they move to their next opportunity.
Now, to grow your business, then it's really just a function of the number of technicians you have available, then, right?
Correct. I mean, we're a labor business, and so it's really about labor utilization. And so the more technicians I have, I gotta keep them busy. So I've got to make sure that there's work out there for them in the field. And that's another reason we were able to attract good folks, is because the nature of our business is that we are not seasonal. And so we attract technicians from other industries where there is a lot of seasonality, looking for just a good steady paycheck and a good place to work where they're appreciated and recognized. Right.
Now, in terms of your business and trying to reduce the fluctuations, is your plans that you have with your clients, are they subscription based? Like they're paying you a regular fee every month to do what you need to do?
No, our services are generally delivered quarterly. And so we're generally on net 30 terms with the majority of our clients, where we come out, provide the service on a scheduled basis, and then we bill them after the fact and collect afterwards. So I would call it a service agreement. Not necessarily a hard contract, although there are some companies that we are in hard contracts with. The majority of our clients are service agreements. And so it's, continuous until one party or the other notifies the termination.
Right. Okay, good. So you mentioned when you say you're on a scheduled plan for maintenance now, that means it's pretty much set and they expect to see you once a month for you to do what you need to do?
Yeah, we're generally maintaining the schedules for our clients. And so our schedule and dispatch system maintains their contracts. And so at the beginning of every month, we get a list of customers that are due for service. We reach out to them and schedule the time that's convenient for them, for our crews to be out there and service them. Some clients, they have special events or other activities going on. And so, there needs to be a little bit of flexibility in the scheduling. But generally, it's about once every 3 to 4 months that we're seeing the majority of our clients.
Only once every 3, not a month. So your service doesn't have to be monthly. You don't need to clean the exhaust every month. I guess what your cleaning does is a really deep cleaning.
It is a deep cleaning, and the service frequencies the guidelines are set by NFPA, which is a code setting body that determines cleaning frequencies for safety and fire protection. And so we follow those guidelines. We make recommendations to our clients, but ultimately the code states that they are responsible for cleaning and maintenance of their systems. And so we're going to proactively contact them when we feel like they're due. But it's going to be up to them to allow us to come clean on a scheduled basis.
Sure. Are there any environments where you actually have to do it once a month? Some heavy...
Yes. There are some clients, very, very high demand clients, that we were cleaning on a monthly basis. There's certain types of systems that are very high grease load systems. You think somebody who's grilling hamburgers for 12 hours a day every day, something like that generates a substantial amount of grease. And also solid fuel cooking, pizza ovens, charcoal-based grilling, those kinds of things are also higher risk because of the smoke and ash and grease that those cooking systems generate. And so sometimes those have to be cleaned as often as monthly.
Okay. Interesting. Driver number 2, sales, getting the message out there. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Well, it was really about handing off sales and not being solely responsible for new and incoming business. As a small business owner, I had to wear a lot of hats and divide my time amongst the many things that needed to get done. And so as we were able to add quality clients, I was able to bring on staff to take over various roles, things that I was either not particularly good at or didn't enjoy doing, like accounting is a good example. No, nor was I very good at it or did I enjoy it. And so I was happy to hand off those responsibilities. And then ultimately finding a great salesperson who could come in and follow a process where we could show value and earn clients' business. So that way we were able to increase our rate of growth over time. And now we have, a team of salespeople in various departments that are out there every day, connecting with new clients and finding us opportunities.
Great. Can you talk about the marketing that you have now to help generate leads for your salespeople?
Sure. There's really 2 different marketing opportunities that come about in our industry. One is an event-based scenario where the client has an issue either with their system or with their current service company. And so they have a fairly immediate need to replace their vendor. And so we do get quite a few of those leads. And generally those are based on either, hey, you call up your buddy who works at the restaurant down the street and say, hey, who do you use? Or you do a quick web search and you see the top 3 or 4 companies that come up and you call them for a quote. The other type of opportunity is based on RFPs or requests for quotes and proposals, which larger organizations will put out from time to time when they are looking to competitively bid for their exhaust cleaning services. And we participate in a number of those as well.
Okay. How do you find out about the RFPs?
It's really about having your name in as many places as you possibly can, various databases that are out there of service providers, both at the state and the local level, and making sure that, as a certified operating company through our industry trade group, we qualify for a lot of those RFP opportunities based on our certifications because they're looking for a company that they feel like shows the knowledge and credibility to provide services on an ongoing basis.
Right. Now, would it be helpful to build relationships with the potential businesses out there, the ones that do RFP, so that they will actually think of you and invite you personally to do the RFP? Is that a process that you do as
Absolutely. Well? Absolutely. We work with a number of the large, what I would call facility operators, the CB Richard Ellis's and those types of companies who are in a variety of different types of facilities. And we have great relationships with those guys, TD Industries, just to name a few, that are out there working in facilities day in and day out. And we want to be their go-to company, both for the kitchen exhaust cleaning maintenance and for the HVAC system cleaning work that we do as well.
Okay. Now, that's a separate business or part of Guardian Services?
No, that's just a department within our business. And we provide on a project basis air conditioning, cleaning, and restoration services for commercial systems.
Okay.
So often in conjunction with a remodel or construction project, we're coming in and cleaning and restoring parts of the system that are going to remain and be connected to new components.
Okay. And the third driver, taking responsibility when things don't go right. Now, I imagine from a sales perspective, that just allows you to, 1, keep the business going with your existing clients, and 2, I guess that would also encourage referrals as well.
Certainly. Yeah, I had to train my staff. For some reason, it's a little counterintuitive. But this idea that, hey, listen, when we're really going to show up, when we're really going to demonstrate value, where we're really going to build a customer connection is when we make a mistake, because it's an opportunity to show that we will take responsibility and we understand the client's needs and we're going to get the problem solved quickly and efficiently and effectively, which unfortunately is not always necessarily the norm, whether it's in our industry or in other industries. And so it's a way you can really differentiate yourself as a service provider, to show up and quickly resolve a problem without asking a bunch of questions or without trying to blame someone else. Really, collect data and understand what went wrong, and then take steps to make sure that you don't repeat it. And that's the key, is to learn from those mistakes and not let them reoccur.
Right. Now, do you have any quantifiable data to show how that helps your business? I mean, intuitively it does, right? But I mean, like a before and after, like before our client retention rate was this, but now that we started doing this, taking responsibility, paradigm, things.
The data that I follow is our average length of client engagement. And as long as that number is increasing, I know that we're building long-term value for our clients. And I think at last look, that number was north of 4 years. Okay. So in our industry, that's a very strong indicator of delivering strong and recurring value to our clients, and that they would retain us for that period of time, because they're constantly being bombarded by other service providers wanting to provide a quote, wanting to probably underbid or undercut us. And they're saying, no, we're happy with who we have. They're taking good care of us.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Makes sense. Looking a little bit ahead, 2019, what is the biggest sales and marketing opportunity that you see?
Well, the biggest opportunity for us is the ability to deliver our services utilizing some new technology. We recently partnered with WoolGuard, which is a pre-filter that is designed to be put directly in front of the metal baffle filters in the hood, and it absorbs the grease before it enters the exhaust system. It's a removable product, it's a green product, it's biodegradable, and it is fire safe. And so it's an opportunity for us to provide a product to our clients that reduces the frequency of cleanings. And so once we've installed the product and we've trained their staff, the product is disposable, and so it's used, and then a new filter is put up. But most dramatically, what it does is generally reduces the number of cleanings by half or more on an annual basis. And as you can imagine, the most expensive part of the maintenance of that system is the full system cleaning. It's a lot of labor involved in that. And so if we can cut down on the number of cleanings on an annual basis, we can show generally at least a 30% savings, dollar for dollar, year over year.
Sounds pretty good. Sounds also that might kind of impinge on your revenue a little bit, right? If you have
not at all. We are about being a long-term partner for our clients, and it's not just about trying to increase your labor rate every year. We understand that new technology and a little bit of disruption can be a good thing in our industry, because it's going to help keep our clients safer on an ongoing basis. And this technology is highly effective. It's highly efficient. It's been UL rated, it's been tested, it's been certified, and it's just a matter of getting that message out there that, hey, this is something new that's available. It's something that we exclusively offer in North Texas, and it's something that can save you money and make your facility safer. And so I think when anytime something like that comes along, you have an obligation to bring it to your clients and help them incorporate that into their operating capability.
So how will you get the message out about the WoolGuard filter?
Well, we just launched a new website yesterday, actually, and was redesigned specifically with WoolGuard in mind, trying to put that information front and center, to introduce it to anyone who's coming to our website for the first time, or to give our clients a resource they can go to learn more about the product. And then it's about getting out there and demonstrating it. We do a significant number of field trials of that product because I believe seeing is believing. And so we're happy to put that product in and let the clients see how well it works in their systems, in their facility. So that's really the key to us, is just getting as many opportunities as possible to allow clients to see it work, and then show them, through projections by, what they can save over the long term implementing the system into their facility.
So how many of these systems can you potentially install in the North Texas area with the WoolGuard filter?
Thousands.
Okay, and when you say thousands, you mean like thousands of filters, or thousands of companies can use it?
Thousands of different types of companies. Any commercial kitchen. There are very, very few exceptions to the types of systems that this product can be installed in. It's very adaptable. And we have our own filter set with a specialized frame that we use to install it. It's a very high quality stainless steel. It's usually an upgrade to the existing hood systems. And it doesn't impede the airflow in any way. And so the client's able to continue cooking as normal. We don't need to make any changes to their fan or their equipment. And we're able to save money.
Yeah, very cool. Now, your clients that you work with who can use this, can they be as small as a food truck? Is that someone that you want to install it in, or does it have to be a certain minimum size business before you will work with them?
I am happy to provide these filters to any commercial kitchen exhaust system, regardless of size, shape, or color. There are clients out there that we are already in a filter relationship with that we do not do their ongoing cleanings, either because the facility doesn't meet our minimum qualifying guidelines for full system cleaning, or because they have their own vendor. And that's one of the unique opportunities about this product, is that we don't have to be your cleaning and maintenance service provider to sell you this product.
Right, got it. Now, when you say commercial kitchen, like whenever I hear the word commercial, I'm thinking, okay, any proper business is commercial. But I kind of get a sense that commercial kitchen might mean more than just someone with a food truck in a kitchen within it.
Well, generally, we're talking about someone who has either a captive or a public food service operation, right? So you're either a restaurant that is selling food to the public, or you're a captive food service where you're a cafeteria inside of a corporate kitchen or a hospital, something to that effect. And so if you have to have a license per the health department to serve and sell food, then you're potentially a client.
Right, okay. And does size matter?
Not particularly, no.
Okay, good to know. All right, 3 last questions for you. The first one is, what would be your billboard message on a fast-moving freeway? Typically, people have only 6 seconds to read and see and comprehend a billboard. So what would be your 6-second message?
We have a model that we've run by for a very long time, clean, safe, and done right. I believe it encapsulates, what we deliver as a service. We're about making sure that our clients can operate safely and efficiently and in their facilities and for their customers and for their employees. And so clean, safe, and done right.
Okay, got it. And can you recap again who your ideal clients are and the best way for them to contact you and your team?
Certainly. Our ideal client is any commercial food service operation, whether captive or public, that has a need for kitchen exhaust system maintenance on an ongoing basis. We're happy to provide full system services, including repair, install, augmentation, with full documentation and certification of each and every cleaning and service, done by a professional company that's well insured, and happy to go above and beyond for each and every client.
And right now at this time, your clients are generally need to be in the North Texas area.
Greater North Texas would be the service area that I would identify. And we do a great deal of business with large institutions as well as individual restaurant operators. And so we have a wide range of clients over that service area.
We didn't get into this, but I should ask you this. What are your plans for going into Southern Texas?
It's all about understanding the marketplace and feeling like we've kind of maximized our opportunities in our current market. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to throw a lot of resources into a new market where there's a pretty difficult ramp up to get that business scaled and operating profitably, when I feel like we still haven't even maximized our market share and our growth capacity in Greater North Texas. It's just such a vibrant economy that we have up here, and the areas that we service, there just seem to be a lot of growth and opportunity. And so until we feel like we've really maximized that, I don't know that it would make sense for us to open satellite offices, say in Houston or somewhere like that. But it could certainly be in the near future if we feel like we've reached scale here in Dallas and that there's a greater opportunity in other markets. Right.
Where do you feel you are now in terms of market share of the Greater North Texas area that you have today, and what potential market share?
It's such a big market. I would be, I would say that my best estimate is that we're at about an 8 or a 9% market share. and being one of probably the largest 4 companies providing this service in Dallas-Fort Worth area. So it's a massive market. It's very diverse. And unfortunately in our industry, there is no licensing authority for kitchen exhaust system providers. So for instance, Malcolm, if you decided tonight and were certainly motivated, you could get a bucket and a mop and a pressure washer and you could go clean hoods if you felt so inclined. And so
Right.
That very low barrier to entry does have a tendency to pull down rates and generally holds back, I think, the overall image of the industry as kind of being this very back of the truck, grease monkey type thing. And we're working very hard to professionalize that. And we're also advocating for licensing here in Texas. I think it's probably still a couple of years off, but I'm hopeful that just like fire suppression services, just like plumbing, electrical, mechanical, and all these other critical systems that are maintained in facilities, I think kitchen exhaust system maintenance should be licensed as well. And it is in many other states, just not currently in Texas.
Right. And certainly when you have something like this where it's done improperly and you end up getting a grease fire in the kitchen exhaust system, that's bad news on many different fronts.
It's a very, very dangerous scenario, and it does happen on a regular basis. There are fires, weekly that we keep track in our service area when we see suspected grease exhaust fires. And there's hardly a week that goes by that there isn't one somewhere. They don't always hit the news, and sometimes they seem very minor from the outside looking in, but I can tell you even the smallest fires in the kitchen cause tens of thousands of dollars of damage. And there's
Right.
insurance claims and investigations and lawsuits. It gets very, very messy. And so we're all better off if we do the work properly, we protect our clients, and we prevent those fires because they're easily preventable if you maintain the system properly.
Yes, definitely. Now, can you share your contact details or your website URL, the best way for your ideal clients to reach you?
Yeah, the main line for Guardian Services is 214-637-1520, and our website is guardiandallas.com. Feel free to come and visit us and gain some information and interact with us. We think we've got a new feature on our new website where you can text chat directly through the website, as well as submit a request for a survey. We do survey in person all potential clients, because every system's unique, and we want our clients to understand their own equipment, which oftentimes, if it's new to you, you're a new restaurant, a new service, a new food service vendor, you may not know all the components of your system. And so we're out there to help educate clients and then provide them the most reliable service we can.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us today, Brett, and sharing how you accelerated your company's high-value sales.
Thank you very much for having me, Malcolm. I enjoyed it.
We've been speaking with Brett Muller, the president and CEO of Guardian Services, about his company's rapid growth. For interviews with other fast-growing, high-value sales companies, or to learn how we can accelerate your firm's high-value sales through automation, visit eversprint.com.